Right, so something different here. Not me babbling on about how great I can transform Transformers, which I can do anyway. So what I have here is Wheeljack Minerva from the Legacy toy line. I think Wheeljack is from some sort of Legacy toy line as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. And Studio Series Perceptor. Now, for the enlightened people, know the connection here. We all know the connection here if you're familiar with Transformers as much as I am. But for those who don't know, the answer is Transformers Victory. So Transformers Victory was the third and technically final Japanese Takara cartoon series, because the one later on will be Operation Combination, which I think was confined to story pages in TV magazine. But before that, it was Transformers Zone, which followed Victory, which the Decepticon generals, like the combiners and stuff like that, all ran roughshod. Victory follows from Master Force with God Jinrai, who carries on into Victory, but he gets damaged to the point where he can't function anymore. So they give him a new body, which is Victory Leo. Another completely exclusively a complete exclusive for Japanese Transformers fans. The ones who actually did the cutting and strutting were these guys. Now, anyone who knows their Transformers stuff knows that quite simply Wheeljack was dead by this point, because Victory was set in like the 2012, I think, or something like that, right about now, basically, in the timeline. So Wheeljack was rather distinctively dead in Transformers when he was laying like that with Windcharger. The reason for that is because Transformers the movie wasn't released in Japan until 1989, at which point the production for Victory had already been in motion, basically, so they couldn't turn back. That's similar to why Menasor and Protectobots and co aren't in Transformers the movie, because the movie was in production at the same time where model sheets hadn't been finalised. But going back to this, Wheeljack obviously was rather distinctly dead, but obviously they didn't get the movie till 1989, and even Prowl appears in Headmaster's cartoon, which was 2 years before this. That is a bit more of a mistake than Victory, because in the Japanese dub of Dark Awakening, which is probably the darkest episode ever, Daniel lists the dead Autobots and Prowl as among them, so they just screwed that up on that one. But it's good to see two or three characters that don't necessarily cross over in cartoon continuity. Obviously, Wheeljack and Perceptor cross paths, most notably in Cosmic Rust. But it's good to see like a distant character mingle with some old beloved ones. So yes, they managed to save God Jinrai, but they make him into Victory Leo because I guess his body was too damaged. But like I said, just mention that in passing. Like I said, the movie wasn't released directly in 1986, so they had to wait a bit longer for that. That's why Wheeljack appears. It's good to see him. One of my favourite characters. But yes, so now you know. Thank you for watching.